Kapa Hawaiian FM 100.3, 99.1 online at kaparadio.com. Another edition of the Kapa Cafe with us, Jazz and Kāhea. And as promised, we just debuted our Kuleana this week on Kapa. And with us, a handful of the musicians who participated in this campaign, which is really interesting because Jazz and I were talking about the social media campaign that took place. However, in sequence, like not even knowing, Brandon, tell us how you were inspired by that campaign, our Kuleana.
You know, before the campaign even launched, the day before, actually the night before, I was on Facebook and I saw my good friend Spencer Ohuna. He had the mask on, black and white, and it said our hashtag our Kuleana. That's all it was. And I was thinking to myself, like, such an impactful thing, statement for me, you know, without words. And I was wondering who did this, like whose ideal was this? And then the next day, it kind of came out. The social media campaign started, and I linked up with somebody. I made some calls and I linked up with somebody who was involved, and I wanted to know more. You know me, I like maha'oi a little bit. So I was like, what are you guys doing? Like, and they said, honestly, they were trying to get this thing going, but they just launched it because the numbers were getting so bad, especially on our side of the island. And so I said, well, what about music? What about advertising? What are you guys doing? And they said, well, we're hoping that people will, have ideas, or, we're still talking about it. So I said, I can write you a jingle. Let me write you a jingle. And they said, how long is that going to take? I said, I'll do it tonight, and I'll send it to you guys. And, but then I started thinking about it. It's like, maybe this is a better opportunity to actually say a little bit more than what a jingle could say. And I think the opportunity was good for me to have an outlet to share some of what I was feeling. Us musicians, we haven't had that ability to really play out as we normally would. And I think music is important to all of us. Everyone sitting here and everyone listening, obviously. But I think that when you say it through music, it just takes it to a different level, So then go ahead.
Do you think that it's an even bigger statement for musicians to do it, because we're covering the thing that makes us what we are?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, if there's anything, it's like being a guitar player and saying, you know what, man, you gotta wear gloves. you gotta wear mittens. You know what I mean? I think it makes a bigger statement of like, we're willing to stay protected and cover that one thing that actually is what makes us money.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's a great point, Jazz. We, this thing has kind of sucked the life out of a lot of us, honestly. And I think one of the things as I was writing it, one of the hopes that or the things that I was trying to think of, and it was quick, it was one of those songs that just came. It's simple, because I wanted it to be something that kids could latch onto, even, I mean, and from that level up, and then people take what they want from it. But I also wanted to create something, because we're so into this negative, the news is just sad. There's so many bad things going on, and they're stressing the social distancing, which is important, definitely important. But I feel like I wanted to create a song that could maybe help people feel together, if that makes any sense. And I think the only way to do that is by having different voices on there. Mm-hmm. And instead of just hearing me, and plus there's a lot better voices than me, and I really feel like that was really the key, is having that collaborative mechanics happening, and just the hearts of different people,
Yes, awesome. So joining us today, we have Brother Walter Aipolani and of course Mark Yamanaka, who's on daddy duty. I'm going to take this to Brother Walter right now real quick. You were asked to participate. How has COVID affected you and your family?
In the beginning part was kind of hard because all the music stopped. All the gigs stopped too, and I gotta admit, I was real struggling, at the beginning. then I started to get help, and there's been a lot of help from all over, you know, from the poor thing and the Stay Gold Foundation and Henry Capono stuff. So, you know, I'm now we're pretty good. I'm okay. You know, my family's okay, and I just wanted to give back. And as far as the wearing of the mask and the following of, you know, the distance and everything, I just wanted to mahalo our kupunas, you know, and I'm doing for you know, for our keikis.
I love it.
Giving back. My part of giving back was that.
And you know, that's, I think that people who are listening right now or watching this via Facebook, that's a great point, because of many of us who are struggling. And then finding that innermost thing to always give back, back no matter what.
Got to, yeah.
Got to. Mark, you know, something I'm not sure if you're still working, but like you're home today with baby, you know, how has that been for you?
Yeah, you know, I'm fortunate to maintain a position at Iona Car Sales, but you know, music has become a huge part of my income. You know, being busy and to basically watch one email after another, emailing me saying, "Oh, sorry, we gotta cancel this and that." Oh, you know, after a while, it was like so discouraging, man, and like, you know, I'm in sales too, so it's not guarantee a paycheck, you know, so that's tough. So you gotta really go into survival mode and do whatever you can to put food on the table and support your family. But I'm lucky I get one wife too.
That helps. But you
totally
know,
helps.
This is important because we play all of your music on Kapa Hawaiian FM. And I think the most profound statement today is what Brother Walter said about even being able to give back. And what you guys have done is this collaborative work has brought hope, especially to our ohana here on Hawaiʻi Island. Now, for those of you, maybe you haven't been tuning in, you're watching this for the first time, Brandon, you actually put forth some effort in getting other musicians a part of this project. Tell us who else participated.
Sorry, I dropped out a little bit. Who else participated? Was that the question?
Yes.
Okay, so right now we have the uncle group, right here, the three of us. Brother Walter is the captain of our team. Definitely. I mean, okay, I never know that. And I think
captain, the small ship.
I really feel like I gotta say before I mention the other people, you know, Walter is such an icon, and his voice is so recognizable. I think Mark and I grew up on it. You know, definitely we grew up on it, and to work with him and Ira. You know, Ira Kahaunaele was another one that was on there. Another very recognizable voice from Kolea. We also had Kai School Hivinui, you know, my musical partner, friend for forever. Son. And then we had some of the younger guys, or I'll explain after, but we had some of the younger guys that I've really kind of admired their voices. And I wanted to incorporate them because I think it's important for us as the uncles now to kind of guide them along and you know, show them that music can be used to help even in times, and I hope they get that out of this, and I think they are. You know, Siaki Faletta, great voice from the group media, Preston Paulo, and of course Wills from One Rhythm. Just three really great voices, and then Chris Carbalak from The Highlights. He sings a bridge, and he just has this powerful voice, and I just was hearing it, you know. And then of course Kainani. Kainani was such a great addition to this. You know, the Olelo Hawaii at the beginning really kind of ties it in, and that was what really I think put the
being the only Wahine, I
or,
think, too.
Yeah. And Emma's playing bass, and she said, "You guys gotta get some. You guys get some one girl voice on there. You guys are kind of trying to take over." So, but Kainani was definitely a huge asset. And then Alan Gebben was playing keyboards, and CJ Carmel was on drums, and it just kind of came together, and it was kind of I wanted to get it done quickly. And so I kind of made some calls, but I had to take the thought process that whoever can make it, nothing against people who couldn't, but whoever can make it is meant to be on it. Mm-hmm. And I really feel like it came together the way that it was supposed to. Mm-hmm. And I think what people are hearing, and I hope what people are hearing is the hearts of us musicians, and our willingness to share about something that's important, which is our home and our aloha that we have.
Our Hawaiʻi Island has been devastated through this pandemic on so many levels. We continue to watch the numbers, and we send our aloha, especially out to the veterans home as we speak. Yeah. So many have been affected, and so today, as we have the honor to give hope, and that's today. I think there's so much, like you said, Brandon. We're watching the news. The news is the. However, to give our listeners some hope, if there's anything that you guys would like to share as to what's keeping your sanity, like if you could give the listeners one thing that you're doing to keep your sanity, and it has to be legal, okay, and safe, and don't swear, okay, legal. So
good thing you do.
Mark,
okay,
Mark, what are you doing? What are you doing to keep your sanity during this time?
Honestly, music. Even though I'm not performing, I'm able to pick up the instrument and just, it's a blessing, because there's some people that cannot play music. Mm-hmm. They can only listen. Yeah. But for me, playing is therapeutic. So other than our daughter Ellie, picking up the instrument is such a blessing, man. Gets through the hard times.
Yep. How about you, Brother Walter? What are you doing that helps you keep your sanity during this time?
Just keep eating the donated food I get from the.
Ego.
I stand in line 2 hours for the food, because my son and my daughter, they work, so the kids, we do it. My wife and I, we do it for our grandkids. Stand in the line and get all the food, but man, enough already. Because I'm getting fatter.
How about you, Brandon? What are you doing to keep your sanity?
Well, I think this was a huge outlet, and as Mark, talked about, music, we're very fortunate. Mark and I started together back in the days when we was not the uncles, and it was actually kind of a special. Mark was the last vocalist that recorded, and we were kind of.
Nah.
Took him about 5 minutes, but then we talked stories for 2 hours. But it was a good time to share, because we had just lost a good friend, Iwani Burns, and to me it was like the brotherhood and sisterhood of musicianship, whether or not we can see each other, is what I think is supporting many of us. Helping us understand that, hey, we all in this together, and we all support each other and take care of each other, encourage each other. And I think that's on any level, whether it's musicianship or musicians or whatnot, find people to talk to and get encouraged and stay connected. Zoom is a good way to do it safely, and I do want to thank you guys, really. All Hawaiʻi Island Radio. I gotta say.
If you ever need corn, I get loaded corn. Canned corn. I get loaded.
I got you on speed dial, Uncle.
Yeah, the canned corn. More corn already, please.
Keeping it real.
Oh, that's corn.
Keeping it real.
Keeping it real. That's what we want. Keeping it real. Keeping it real.
And legal.
Legal.
Okay.
On the
Hence the
cob.
canned corn.
On
Hence
the
the
cob.
canned
On the
corn.
cob.
I thought you was talking about elotes.
Tell everybody where we can get the music and how people can support the cause.
Okay, so, you know, if you're on Facebook, you can jump on my page. A lot of us have shared it. Just share it. And but if you must have it in your playlist, it is available right now on iTunes and Apple Music. Although that's not what it's about. That's just how it's accessed, you know. It'll be on Spotify soon if it's not there already. We're also working on some other music video stuff, Mark, just to let you know. And you know, just to get it out there, the message out there. And
well, so
also,
good to see you, Uncle and Auntie.
It
Oh,
is.
sorry, Brandon. Sorry,
It's
Brandon.
good to see all the uncles today. It's good to see all the uncles today.
Uncle and Auntie.
It's all good to see the uncles.
Now, I want to invite all of you musicians out there who maybe don't get to play together. Brandon and I have started a text thread, which is just gear talk.
Oh,
And
we
so
gotta get some people on that one, yeah.
Yeah, so Brandon and I talk often, but it's usually about gear. So we're on a text, and we accidentally left kāhea on one of the threads one time. And we're talking about compressors and everything. He's like, why am I on this thread? I was like, hey, let's get Emma on.
The comment was you guys are worse than two teenage girls.
You guys are worse than chicks. And so we're going to leave it at that today.
Wait,
Mark,
can
Kuleana,
I say one more thing?
Yes, please.
Can I encourage people to check out the Our Kuleana Hawaii Facebook page and Instagram page and on the web. Check out the information. They got some good things, and they're trying to get into the community. The more of us that are involved with ideas, the better. We're going to get through this together, and we got to put ourselves out there in order to make that happen.
We'll do our Kuleana website and all social media platforms. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time, your collaboration.
Walter, I'll see you in a little bit, Walt.
Yes, sir. Please pray for our veterans up there at the Veterans Home in New York,
Yes,
please.
Yes.
Mahalo, everybody.
Mahalo,
Love you guys. Love you guys.
Hi, uncles.